Okay, everybody, you can see the boxes. It's the second half of my illustration art haul. By the time this goes up, it's probably, I would think probably September. This is the stuff that I feel kind of has a fall, autumn vibe to it for fun fall, autumn artwork and just real fun stuff in general. This is, I think I said it already, the second part of like my illustration mixed media type haul. And I have a bunch of fun stuff in here. So grab yourself something to drink, come on in, and let's open this and see what's inside. So all of this came before my illustration class that I'm taking, and it actually starts tomorrow, and it's stuff I wanted for the class, but by the time this goes up, I'll have been taking the class, been enrolled in the class for a while. Is this the one I wanted to open first? We'll start with this one. It doesn't really matter. It's all fun. Oh my God, my shoulder's hurting. So this is stuff I want for the illustration class, or just that I thought would make it more fun. Stuff I wanted to play with, try. There's a bunch of new stuff in here I've never tried. So we will start with that. And to kick it off in a true autumn theme, I got the Ecoline brush pens in autumn colors. They're pretty. Ooh. Are they leaking, or is that the box? I can't really tell. I have never tried Ecoline brush markers. I know they're not light fast, so I'm aware. It's probably for illustration and sketchbook work, and I just wanted to have some fun. So I got the autumn set, but I also got the earth color set, and I got the reds set. So we'll swatch all this after and play in our sketchbooks a little bit with everything that I got here. So stick around for that. It'll be after the opening if you want to see something closer or see what it looks like. Okay, so my Royal Talons sketchbooks. A lot of my sketchbooks are getting really close to being full. And this one, okay, so normally here, I'll just pick it up. This one, it looks like a salmony pink, which I feel is like a fall color to me. It looks a little pinker on the camera than it is in real life. It's more of a salmon. But I'm actually starting to get some of my sketchbooks close to being filled up. And this is a pretty autumn color. Normally they're $7 or so on Blick, but normally on Amazon they run more like 9 to 12 for the colors. I'm not sure why, but this one happened to be on sale for $7.47 and I snatched it up. Everything will be linked down below. There are affiliate links. Affiliate links are a nice way to help support me as an artist because at no extra cost to you, I get a little bit of a commission. So it helps me be able to make free videos like this. And then I got, okay, so I did order this after the first set that you probably already saw that was already up. And in it I got, let me see, I got this sketchbook, which is the Strathmore mixed media one. I haven't even tested it out yet, but I read the front says this professional quality paper is internally sized for wet media with durable vellum finish for drawing techniques. Excellent for watercolor, gouache, acrylic, graphite pen, and ink colored pencil, marker, pastel, and collage. I looked for this. I said as soon as I got it, I kind of regretted not getting the soft cover one. And I looked for it on Amazon and I did not find it on Amazon. But what did come up for soft cover was the Moleskine art collection in soft cover in this little square. And that is my most favorite sketchbook for as long as it's not heavy water media. I've gone through several of these in the size that's like the Royal Talons. This is like, the Royal Talons is kind of a Moleskine dupe, really, for a lot cheaper. But yeah, so I had never tried the soft, I didn't even know they made soft cover or a square. So I thought this would be really fun, especially like for Instagram. Like it's the perfect format for Instagram. And then I got the Tombow dual brush pens and brights. These were also on sale on Amazon, which is why I got them. I did already use the landscape set I got in the last one, and I'm really enjoying them, and I'm thinking I'm going to need more. They blend really nice, unless the Ecolines blend better, so we'll have to see. Speaking of which, I do know there's at least one more box still that's coming. It got lost. I don't know there was that global tech outage and a bunch of my stuff in UPS got lost or sent. It like went way far where it wasn't supposed to go. So, it's coming, and the class starts tomorrow, and I wanted some of this stuff for the class for tomorrow, so we're opening what I have right now, and if the other stuff ever shows up here, I will tack it on and add it on, okay? Okay, so I'm really excited. We'll save that for this, because I'm really excited about that. Okay, but speaking of sketchbooks, I got, this one also happened to be on sale for the same, so normal price on Blick Art Materials, but Amazon, they never have it for that price. But it was that price that day. And I wanted specifically, this one was more of an impulse buy, but this one I specifically wanted for the illustration class. I wanted a larger size one for the illustration class. I did not want my illustration class work in my other larger one right now. So this is going to be for illustration work. And then this is not an art supply, so I'll just show it to you. These are fine. Well, you could put paint in here. This is fine tip applicator bottles. Actually, you could put paint in here. I'm gonna put some up here and keep them up here and put some of my acrylic inks or my high flow paints in them. But what I really got them for is some of the clay jewelry I've been making. But they each come with their own little funnel. Well, not each, but there's a bunch of funnels. And they have a really fine tip applicator. So this would work great for acrylic paint, actually. So I'm going to keep a few up here. But really, I got it for the clay. And then I got, okay, the last two things I'll take out together. Ta-da! Okay, so this is not the actual brand. This is probably like a cheaper brand. This is a gel printing plate. It's not the actual brand. The actual brand is expensive, you guys. But I've been watching people do this for like, what, a year now? And I kept saying, I finally got it. I saw somebody doing some absolutely beautiful textures for under mixed media pieces for her illustrations. And I thought, that looks too good to pass up. So I think this is the 8x10 size. I think it was 24 bucks. And then it said specifically you needed a soft brayer, and this said it was soft, so it better be. It's not saying it on the outside, but it said it was a soft brayer, so it better be good. I don't know, I've never done it, so I don't know what the soft versus hard feels like. It feels pretty squishy. Hopefully it's okay. If you've done gel printing or whatever, tell me if this is all right. This is the Speedball Pop-In Brayer. Somebody let me know if that's okay or not. Yeah, so this looks like a lot of fun. Hopefully I can figure it out. It also looks kind of complicated, but I think it'll be really fun and something to do as the weather turns chilly here and snow and things start to happen. So, like I said, there's one more box coming. If it came, I'll pop that footage in right now. Okay, so this is the rest of part 2 of my illustration art haul. My camera's already set up there. My shoulder is bothering me today, and I couldn't take it down and put it on the tripod. So we're gonna open these packages overhead. I did not bother taking my labels off, so I'm not gonna flip them over. Yeah, so the first thing I got is, I don't know if you remember from the illustration haul part 1, I was swatching the P.H. Martin's Bombay India ink, and I only have yellow, white, ochre, and black, and I wanted to get a darker color, not black, to try layering on top of, just to see what I thought. So I got this pretty blue that I thought we would try. And oh, this has a perforation that we can just pull. In here we got, okay, so I thought I was buying the Expressionist, and I actually bought the Junior. These are the student quality oil pastels from Craypaw. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I would assume it's Craypaw, but I guess it could be Craypaw. I don't know. Anyway, I thought I was buying the Expressionist, but I bought the Junior Artist instead. But we can still review these and see if they're any good. They're basically, I think, the same price as Pentel, maybe a little bit more expensive, so it'll be nice to compare them and see what we think. I'm always looking for good budget supplies for people getting into stuff, because there's really no point in buying the most expensive, light, fast, high quality products you can find if you're just figuring things out and getting started, or even if you're working in a sketchbook or something. I have talked about that before. Unnecessary art rules that I've made for myself. Always using light fast stuff because, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, let's check out what's in this one. This other one's already open because my one of my sons ordered a book, so I had to take the book out. Ta-da! This is the secondary set of the Tombow dual brush pens, because I've really been enjoying working with these in my sketchbook. And also I kind of feel like this was supposed to be sort of like the fall themed part, and I really felt like, and they even have fall pictures on there, I really felt like these colors were more fall themed. So I got those, and then I'm really excited about this. Okay, so again, not a, top of the line brand, but these are the Color 72 Premium Watercolor Pencils. I have, I think, 5 or 6 Faber-Castell Albrecht Durer watercolor pencils, and then I have 5 Caran d'Ache watercolor pencils. And that is the extent of my knowledge of watercolor pencils. But I thought they'd be really fun for illustration work and working in a sketchbook. So I ordered these. I've had some Color colored pencils in the past that my son gave me for my birthday, and I enjoyed them. So, probably not light fast rated, probably don't know what the pigments are, but I've heard that they're, brilliant and vibrant and pretty to use, and if you're working in a sketchbook or scanning in an illustration, it doesn't really matter if it's light fast. So let's take a look at what we have in here. This is the 72 set. There's a nice little swatch color chart here, and there's got to be multiple trays, I would think. 1, 2. The trays are a little hard to get out. And 3, and I think that's the last one. I don't think there's more under there. So it's a nice array of colors. I wanted, oh look at it. There's a nice little, that's very nice. Okay, so that should be good. Davy's grape. Look at all the nice muted colors and pastels. Hopefully I like them. I think we should, I want to swatch everything. What is this? This is the Davy's gray. Do I see it easily on here? They're not in order. Oh, they are in order. No, they're not in order. That makes it hard to find. Here it is. Davy's Gray is 67, right? Yep. So, okay, interesting. Okay, and I do have a little water here. I didn't plan it, it just was here. Just see what that's like if you swatch it. Interesting. Okay, these will be fun to play with. So I'm going to, and if anybody has any recommendations for a more inexpensive set of watercolor pencils, because I don't even know if I, like them or want to use them, but if anybody had a brand that they really like for an inexpensive pencil set that has a fair amount of color range or like muted colors, please leave that in the comments, because I would like to know. So I'm going to clean up here, and then we will swatch some stuff and make some art. Okay, so this is the one I swatched the first half of the haul in. I'll link that down below if you want to see any of this swatching. I haven't decided, I haven't finished editing it yet. This part might end up being a studio hangout for my patrons. I haven't decided. But I've got my new Ecolines here, and I want to do a test on this page. Is this the autumn? Let's start with the autumn one, since this is an autumn themed haul. Let's start with this. I have not tried any Ecolines at all yet. Let's try them and see what we think. So first, let's just swatch a nice dark color and see what happens. If I can get it out. Let's try this one. Okay. Interesting. Alright. Just since we're on the pen test page, let's try blending two together and see what happens. Then, again, this is not made for wet media, but I've heard they blend a lot better than, they blend together better, I think, than the Tombow. Do I have 2 Tombows up here? We could try that quick. They do feel juicier, wetter, depending on what you want. The paper pills, I should really try it on something that's not going to pill, but not right now. That was too, let's try, they were too similar. I can't really tell where they, let's do an orange and a pink. And then go over it with the orange. And some more pink. I say they blend probably equally well. Ooh. They are coming through a little bit. The Ecoline did too. So blending maybe for different paper. Alright, so let's go to the beginning here. I guess for just swatches it shouldn't leak. So let's start a new page here and we'll label them. This pen's too small. Let's pick a bit bigger one. Ecoline Autumn. And then I'll still put the names and I spelled autumn totally wrong. I missed the other U. I'm going to start by swatching all the autumn colors. They do have numbers on them and names, so I'm going to put both of those. And then I'd like to store them flat, but I don't think that's an option, so I think I'm going to put them brush tip down and see what happens. I know you're supposed to store them flat, but I don't really have a spot to store them right now, so I guess we'll just see what happens. Okay, so I'm just popping in for a real quick voiceover here while I swatch these. I think if you're looking for a marker to cover a large area of paper, I'd go for the Ecolines. They are definitely juicier and hold a lot more fluid and would be good for covering large amounts of area, versus the Tombow, which blend better but maybe don't have quite as much fluid in them. I'll give you some more thoughts on the markers too here in a minute, but I'm going to switch back to real time now. Alright, let's move on to the reds. I'm definitely noticing these are much juicier, I think, than the Tombows. I feel like they're very wet, which is nice. I swatched the blending last night. They do blend a little bit better, don't they? Okay. Alright, let's move on to the red set. So I didn't get to swatch everything or try everything from this art haul. I only did the markers. It's been a hard couple of weeks. I'll pop in real time and do the brush pens. And actually, I have a second set of brush pens from, no, they were both in this, the secondary and the brights. So I'll be back in a second to do those and talk real time about what's been going on. Okay, so just ignore this bucket of dirty water here. I've been working on an acrylic video for a company, but I had a set of 6 of the brights, so I do have a couple of these colors. I think they might be repeats. I think these are all new. So I didn't mean for this to be a swatching journal, but somehow it sort of is ending up that way. I think I've only done swatches. I think I've only done swatches in here so far, which is interesting. But it won't stay that way. I'm sure I'll write in it at some point. But let's swatch these brush pens, or at least get started. I have to go get one of my sons here in a minute, but by now you've probably seen that I am going to pause Patreon for September. It has been a very hard year. Almost the hardest year of my life. I was thinking about it last night. The only other year that was harder was the school year, or the year of like 2020 to 2021, because I had to homeschool my kids. And that was super hard. I am not a teacher. It was super hard. And I felt a lot of pressure to get through like the entire curriculum for our state, because I didn't want them to be behind when they went back the next year. And we did get through the entire curriculum, and it turned out the school did not. But I pushed us really hard, and it was, and then, you know, with everything else that was going on, it was a very, very hard year. Probably the hardest year of my life. Although the year my first son was born was hard too, because he had a bunch of health problems and ended up having to have surgery when he was only like 8 weeks old, which was also really hard. Oops, I didn't write brights on here. But yeah, this year has been extremely hard. And I'm ready for 2025. I always say that, but then you never know what the year is going to hold, do you? But anyway, as I said in... Sorry, one of my sons is in here with me. We just have a few minutes before we have to go pick up my other one. So I thought I would just pop in and film a little because I'm behind. I think I might even be late on putting this video up. Yeah, I'm pausing Patreon for September. I was thinking about doing it anyway because I feel like I want to catch up. I'm so behind in everything. I don't have any pre-filmed YouTube videos anymore at this point. I used them all up during my surgery on my shoulder this spring. And I don't have any pre-done Patreon stuff. Again, I used that all up during my surgery. And it is Wednesday, and I don't have a video done for YouTube this weekend. Hopefully I get something done. And I think I might be late on putting up the Patreon video because I don't even know what day it was supposed to go up, and we might be past it. So I was thinking about doing it anyway, and then you may or may not have seen that I'm having some medical issues, and I thought I would get answers after they did the MRI, and I have not got any answers. It was all inconclusive, and I have to wait until my doctor's appointment mid-September to figure out where we're going to go from here. And I'm just feeling, and the school year is starting next week, and it's just been, I'm feeling really stressed. I should have wrote muted there. I'll write it underneath. So I'm going to pause Patreon for the month of September and just try to catch up. Maybe pre-film some stuff. I am going to put together a prompt list for, boy, those colors look similar, don't they? Are they the same? They're the same. There's a repeat. I did not think that there would be a repeat in the bright set and the muted set, but there is. That's interesting. Now I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I'm going to try to pre-film some videos for YouTube. Maybe pre-film some for Patreon, try to catch up. I am doing the art challenge. I'm not going to do like any sponsored giveaways this year, but I am going to put together my own prompt list for the month of October. Okay, I got interrupted there and I have no idea what I was talking about. I think maybe I was talking about Painttober, except it's not going to be a Painttober this year. It's going to be probably all media, and I haven't fully decided what the theme, if any, there is going to be. So if you're, like, get the newsletters for Inktober, the prompt list came out, I think, the day before yesterday. That's only for people who get their emails. For everybody else, it'll come out September 1st. And I don't like the prompt list. I don't like it. So I know I'm not doing Inktober this year. So I think I'm going to make my own prompt list. And I'm going to, it will go up for my Patreon people on September 1st, and Instagram, everybody else a week later, I think. But because I'm pausing Patreon, it's going to go up for Sketchbook Club and above on September 1st. So if you want to have that list a week early, then you might want to upgrade to Sketchbook Club or whatever before I pause it, because once I pause it, you will not be able to change your tier. Or if you are not signed up at all, you won't be able to sign up. So So, oh, I thought these were muted. They're secondary. Okay, well, I'll put Tombow brush pens. Secondary. There's some pretty colors in this one. I'm glad I got this one. I like these two especially. I'm going to flip back to the other pages. Do I have any repeats there? I don't think I do. Good. It's so weird that there was a repeat. They don't quite look the same. Oh, it's these two. They do look the same. Oh well. Alrighty. I forgot again what I was saying. I think I was saying if you want it early, then you should be on that tier before September 1st, because that's when I'm going to pause it. And we will see what happens. We'll go from there. Okay, so I hope you had as much fun as I did with that sort of fall themed art haul. I had a lot of fun. It was, I'm assuming, I always pre-film the outros because I always forget otherwise, and then I'm rushing around trying to get the video ready on Friday, and it's got to go up Saturday, but I'm assuming I figured out the gel plate. Fingers crossed that I do. Anyway, thank you for being here with me today. I hope you had fun. If you haven't hit the like or subscribe or left a comment, hit the like or subscribe button, or left a comment yet, I'd appreciate it if you did. It would mean the world to me. It helps YouTube know this is quality content, and it helps push me up a little bit higher, and then I get a little bit more ad revenue, which helps support these videos, which are fun to make for you guys. And you can always check us out over on Patreon as well. I have us. Who's us? It's just me. I have a lot of fun stuff over there, exclusive videos and podcasts and Sketchbook Club and all sorts of fun stuff. So if you want to check that out, the link will be down below. And until next time, happy creating. Jazz fingers.